Hello and welcome everybody, and a huge thank you. I'm still so amazed looking at the number of my subscribers. I never thought I would reach 1,000 subscribers when I started this channel, and now a couple of years later we've reached the number, and it's all thanks to you guys. You know, without you guys I would never have reached it. So a huge thank you for all of you who support me, to all of you who watch my videos, comment and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, this is basically a celebration to you guys, not to me, because again, without you guys this wouldn't have been possible. Now, I was really debating on what to do for this video as celebration, and in the end I decided why not do a Q&A. I never really done one, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity, so I did a community and an Instagram post, and I got several questions that I'm gonna answer. And I'm also going to answer like what happens to the channel from now on, and how the future will look for this channel. And I'm gonna start out with Sheriff Felton 4030, who asked, how did you get started doing YouTube, and what is your favorite video/craft you've done? So I've always loved crafting, and I did a lot of crafts before, and I always used to share them in some crafting discords. And over time I was thinking, you know, the videos I enjoy most on YouTube are the ones where people do crafts and they enjoy what they're doing and they enjoy explaining what they're doing, because there's way too much short form or in general content where people just do things and you get no explanation, and people just try different things and they say, oh yeah, I liked it or didn't like it, but they never really explained how they did it or what they did. And I felt like I really want to do that. I really want to try and make videos and explain to people like almost exactly what I did, or close enough so people can also try things for themselves. And it would also mean that maybe I can get inspiration from other people in sharing my projects, and they can get more inspiration for me. Because, you know, sharing finished projects doesn't mean you have all the steps that lead towards it, but in a video you can really show all the steps that you took to finish a project, which I think is actually, you know, a great opportunity for other people to learn or to give tips back if they have more experience with a kind of craft or project than you have. So essentially the reason why this YouTube channel was started was because I love the creative exchange that you get out of it, you know. People commenting, sharing their experience or sharing their projects, and me sharing what I did. And it also, you know, inspires me a bit more to like do more different variations of crafts, which I also like I'm feeling like since I started this channel I'm exploring a lot more different crafts. Although I've done like a lot of different things before I did YouTube too, but this just inspired me to go deeper into the matter of like all the different types of crafts that are out there, and there's a ton. And there's a ton I still haven't tried yet, and I'm excited to see what the future holds and like which crafts I find that I will enjoy or not so much enjoy, but at least I want to try a lot of them. So yeah, that's basically the why I started YouTube, and the how is, well, I basically grabbed my webcam and the microphone and I started recording my crafts instead of just taking pictures of some steps in between and, you know, some final result pictures and stuff and posting them on like Instagram or more likely on Discord. I tend to neglect my social media a great bit just because I feel like it's not really my thing. And to the second part of the question, what my favorite video is to this day. Honestly, I had to debate a long while because I really love a lot of my videos. But I have to say my top two, I'm gonna say, are in second place, I would say the Galaxy Sphere video I made, which is also, funnily enough, a video which got really viral with the tutorial, with an amazing view count and people that are still commenting to this day asking for tips and hints on materials and stuff. And I thought the results were amazing, and you know, it was just a project that brought me a lot of happiness, which is why I repeatedly made some of these spheres, because it was just so much fun coming up with color combinations and pouring them and all that stuff. So that one I would say is number 2, and in number 1 is actually my second resin keycap video, so the one where I embedded the fox in the keycap. I just love the results. I still have that keycap on my keyboard, and I think it turned out amazingly. Like, it was one of those projects where the first one was there for me to fail so I could learn out of it, and then the second time it just worked out super well, and like, you know, how I hoped it would from the first time on. And besides that little mishap with, you know, the air pocket ability, like me saving the fox actually, you know, worked out really well. And I think like the sculpt turned out really cute, even though it's so tiny. And you know, that's so far my favorite video that I've done. The second question is from Theo RH2FC. I'm sorry if I botched that name. It's always hard to, you know, get what names are supposed to be like when you read them. And they ask, what craft have you never tried that you would like to do someday? I really love jewelry making and the intricacy and like silverwork and stuff, and I would really love to try that one day. And also like weaponsmithing, like forging and that kind of stuff. I think all of those art forms are really amazing, and yeah, in the future, if I can, I would absolutely love to try and make some things, you know. I want to make my own like necklace pieces and like maybe my own ring, as you may have noticed I love my rings. And yeah, I think that is a craft that definitely one day I'm gonna do. It just really takes the materials and opportunities and stuff, and you know, it's a thing I may not be able to do right now, but it's definitely gonna be someday when I can. Now, there's some other craft I would love to do, but it just lacks material and space really at the moment. And that is, for example, I want to eventually make myself a like river table. Maybe even like an office table for like my PC at some point when I have like my own place or something, and like a bit more, you know, ability to like have more woodworking tools and stuff. And I want to make like a kind of an Evan and Caitlin inspired table, just that I don't want to have like rainbow-esque resin pour in the back, but I want to have like a live edge incorporation, and I want to have more of like a darker galaxy style desk with like a galaxy style like strip of like embellishment maybe closer to the back. So yeah, that's another thing I would love to do someday. But yeah, don't have the materials nor the space for it at the moment. The next question comes from Alan the Brain and is, what is your favorite video game? Which honestly is such a hard question to answer, because I don't have one favorite video game. For example, I really enjoyed the Legend of Zelda line. With my favorite games from that series are Twilight Princess and Phantom Hourglass. I love the Styx series. No, Styx, the Goblin series. Very fun series. I love Professor Layton quite a lot, which I'm kind of sad that it hasn't really caught up in the US, but it's more like a European and Japanese type thing, because I think they are really beautiful storytelling and riddle games, which, you know, if you love riddles and you love like whimsical and like a cute, like anime-esque art style and a good story, I would definitely recommend checking them out. They are in like the same vicinity as like the Phoenix Wright games, so Ace Attorney. They even had a crossover at some point. I just think that Professor Layton is lesser known in a lot of countries than Ace Attorney is. But yeah, those are like some of the like Nintendo console games and stuff, but I also enjoy playing Dead by Daylight. I enjoy playing Assassin's Creed. Currently I'm playing for myself Assassin's Creed Mirage, which actually is a pretty good game. Quite enjoying playing it. For MMOs, for example, my favorite one is The Secret World Legends. I play that quite a lot. I actually finished it multiple times so far, and it's a fun game. It's a challenging game. It has a really good story. It just doesn't have a finish so far. You're kind of stuck with like an end quest, and then they say they allude to another area where you can go to, but you can't go to yet. But I don't even know if they ever gonna continue working on it. But it's still really good MMO, and you have a lot of content to play through. And then some of the odd ones out are the Ankh games, which I know they exist in English. They're basically like a point-and-click riddle, and the reason why I love them is just because they are a lot of fun. There's a lot of funny scenes, and the riddles are kind of a bit out of the box. So yeah, I guess that is like some of the games I really enjoy playing. Actually, if you want to see me game or want to see what games I like, I actually have a Twitch. I think I mentioned that only once before on the channel, and I'm gonna link it down below, but yeah, I stream 4 times a week. I stream Sunday, Monday and Tuesday with some gaming, and then on Thursday I do some crafting or Pokemon card opening, but mostly crafting. But I do enjoy me some good Pokemon card openings since I do collect them. So yeah, feel free to show up. We play games like I'm currently playing through the entire Zelda series, kind of, but yeah, in release order. Of course, Echoes of Wisdom was thrown in there, and Tears of the Kingdom at some point, but yeah, we're gonna ignore that. The order was messed up a bit by releases. But yeah, I'm playing that. I'm playing the Professor Layton series currently, actually. At the moment, to be exact, I play The Last Spectre, or Spectre's Calling, depending on which, country you're in, if US or EU. And I play a lot of other games. We played, as I mentioned, through the Styx game. We played through Turnip Boy Robs a Bank and Turnip Boy commits tax evasion, which are some fun games. And I have a lot of games still to go that, people can vote on. I also play the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, the Pokemon Ranger series, and at one point I want to play the mainline games in order, and many, many more. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, feel free to check that out. I do have the occasional game nights with friends where we do multiplayer games, or where I just play Minecraft, or sometimes DVD and some things like that. So if that sounds like that would be something for you, just click the link in the description. And crafting wise, I actually have a lot of crafts on there that I do that I don't share on my YouTube. Some of them I have collected as video footage, and I want to edit that down at some point. It's just hours upon hours, so it will take a while. But for example, I make Pokemon diorama boxes. Those of you who follow me on Instagram will have seen those, and yeah, I make them on stream most of the times. So I make dioramas, I do some other crafts like crocheting, I want to do felting at some point, needle felting on stream, and many, many more things. So I guess that answers which games I like in a roundabout way, and yeah, just feel free to check out my stream and all that. And maybe you find something that you like to watch, and if it's not for you, that's also okay, because I like when people only stay because they actually like something, which is the reason why I'm not promoting my channel too much, which leads me into the next topic, which will be what will change with this channel and, you know, what will the future hold. So, actually, for the question of what will change, which I think is the question that most people are really curious of, nothing. Surprisingly, nothing. And the reason for that is very simple, and it's basically boiling down to taxes. I will not monetize this channel, at least not at this point in time. I will still continue sharing and making videos for as long as I'm making crafts and I have the ideas for crafts. But yeah, there will be no like sponsorships, no ads, at least from my side, and no monetization from my side. Because at this point in time, with the job I'm having, and with me already having to be careful with my Twitch being monetized, I don't want to run the risk of having to pay more taxes, or in the worst case, having to actually, you know, enter a small business, because at the point in time, I don't make enough money to afford that kind of thing. So my YouTube will not be monetized for now, which means, yeah, nothing will change with the videos. You will not see sponsorships, I don't know, at least not from my end. I don't know if YouTube will change something in the ad system once you reach a higher number. I cannot tell you guys that, but as I mentioned, from my end, nothing will change. And yeah, I will try to put a bit more work even than I do now into certain edits, and then this just because I've gotten a lot of requests of like either foreign people that don't speak English that well, which, you know, I'm not native English speaker either, so I get that totally. It can be really hard to just listen to somebody speaking. And I also get some requests from people that are hard of hearing to at least put subtitles. I guess some people wanted no music and just explanation videos. I feel that can get a bit dry, plus it's like really hard to edit. I don't like editing short form content because I think you really cannot show certain projects in short form. I guess in certain cases with like certain projects it is possible, but yeah, I think it's way too much work. I already have a hard time to edit down my videos as much as I do a lot of times, and just having that condensed in like a 1 minute video or something would be really hard for me, I think. Plus, like, editing already takes a long time, so I don't know when I can do the subtitles. I would try to like work on some older videos where like I know people would enjoy watching those more, because just plainly of the view count and the interaction from you guys. And we shall see how that goes. As I said, I have a job, so, you know, and I already spent a couple hours on editing every time for each video, and, you know, I release 1 video a week. I do that by myself. I have to do the recording, I have to do the craft, which takes hours at a time, and, you know, all the editing. And then, of course, all the voiceovers and stuff, which, yeah, takes a lot of time. So we shall see how much time I can find to do these kind of things. But I really want to try and, you know, do at least subtitles at some point. And with that, the Q&A is done. I hope I didn't miss any questions or anything. And if I did, let me know in the comments down below and I will answer them throughout future videos. Now, of course, let's talk about a craft I've been doing in the background, which is soapstone carving. Now, basically what I did is I got a soapstone like necklace base, and I'm covering it with some blades and some sanding sticks and stuff, and I'm doing wet carving. Now, soapstone is not a pure stone. It can contain a lot of minerals and stuff that you don't want to breathe in. So I'm wearing a mask here, and, you know, you don't want to ingest it, but if you seal it, it shouldn't be a problem at all. So I'm wearing a mask and I'm wet sanding so I don't get the dust everywhere, and I'm just slowly carving away. And originally I wanted to make a bunny, but the shape reminded me more of a dragon when I started, so I decided to make a dragon. And then in the end, when I finished carving, I clean it up and I make sure to like have all this like that I created not go down the drain, because as I said, there can be minerals and contents in this stone that you don't want to have, you know, anywhere where it can like pollute something. So what I do is like the water I use and stuff, I let that naturally dry down, or I just use a towel, and like you saw with the container that I sanded over, I just, you know, use a paper towel, throw that in a sealed trash bag where it doesn't go into the water. And I also, for most of the thing, wore gloss. And then in the end, to define it a bit more, I'm just using like a slight wash of paint. This kind of soapstone is very absorbent, so it takes the paint really easily. And I think it turned out really well. It took me quite a while to carve this, but it was a lot of fun. You, as I said, just need to be careful with like wearing at least a proper dust filter mask, and, you know, something to protect yourself, and try to not have the dust spread. But soapstone carving, very easy stone carving, very fun. So yeah, there you have the craft I did today, and I thought it was quite fitting because there's not much to explain about the process. I just, you know, carved away for like hours for whatever felt right for getting this right shape, and I think it turned out really well. And then in the end you can use like some kind of oil to seal it. I personally used matte spray varnish, and yeah, with that this little dragon creature is done. Now again, as I said, a huge thank you to all of you who subscribed and who watch my videos. And as I said, I really hope that you enjoy watching and get inspiration from my videos to maybe try out some crafts you've never tried before, or maybe you learn something new from another craft where you know, kind of were stumped on how to do certain things or how to achieve certain things. And in return, I hope I can continue to get inspired by you guys, because that's the kind of exchange I just love, you know, an exchange of creativity where we give each other inspiration and ideas and share all of our beautiful creations. And as always, of course, I hope you will have a lovely day. And as I said before, if I missed some questions, put them down in the comments down below, or if you have more questions, and I will try answering them during other videos. I do have some videos, mainly Sophie and Toffee videos, pre-edited, so there might not be any question answering in those, but in some future videos you may get an answer if you have any. Anyways, I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!